Business Today. I'm Rowena Kajumba, and we're in for our Business Insight, where we get to have conversations with people that actually do have information on particular issues. And today we're going to be talking to the Managing Director, Exim Bank, Chandramoli. I hope I've said it right. Well, we shall be able to have a conversation with him. In studios with me, indeed, is Chandramoli, who is the Managing Director, Exim Bank. I hope I did say your name right.
You're right. All right, Rowena.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
Welcome. Yes, I'll be very, straight up to the point and ask you to give us a history of Exim Bank, knowing that you have the mother bank, rather, is in Tanzania, and now you're part of us in Uganda here.
Sure. Good morning, everybody. Exim Bank was started in the year 1997, month of August, in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania.
Yes.
It started with one branch in Samora Avenue, and later on it expanded its wings into various parts of Tanzania. Then it started growing with the association with many of the DFIs like IFC, Propaco, DIG, North Fund, etc. Exim opened almost about 36 branches in Tanzania now. Exim has also spread its wings, and it is the first of its kind in Africa, we should say that. Normally you will see a lot of international banks coming into the region and extending the banking services. But Exim Bank went ahead in opening its subsidiaries in places like Comoros Islands and in Djibouti, now in Uganda.
Okay.
Exim has been very professional in its banking approach, and it has spread its wings to cater to the needs of the East African region, basically.
Okay. Now let us look at the Ugandan market. What is it that you have to offer for the Ugandan market?
Ugandan market is having tremendous potential. You know, Exim, with all its experience, as I mentioned earlier, it is a true African bank with an international touch in its banking experience. So here we know how banking works in Africa, and we go to the people and try to cultivate them the habit of banking. That's what we did it in Tanzania, and that's what we are going to do in Uganda as well. So for your information, the current level of banking population in Uganda is only 12%.
Okay.
Right? There is so much of potential of unbanked population. There you can imagine 80% is available still for the banking sector to grow. So we see a tremendous potential to grow for SME sector, agricultural sector, and then we can also think in terms of promoting the youth and the women enterprises.
Okay.
So this is something which we look forward to do that.
So this you talked about 12% of only 12% of banking in Uganda.
Of the population.
Yes, of
total
the population
if you
indeed.
take. Yeah.
And then you're talking about the youth and agriculture and all of that. So what strategy do you have to actually curb all of this?
Yeah, you know, basically we intend to promote the SME sector here. The SME sector where, you know, the manufacturing is involved, training is involved, right? And also into services sector. Now, similarly, if you look at the youth and women enterprises, you know, there is, if you go to Chikubu or Nachibubo today, you can see a lot of women who are the entrepreneurs there, not men. You can see almost every shop, you can see women sitting there and doing the business. So we would definitely like to intend to promote them, so that, you know, the culture of business is promoted further in the women, and we also consider them as one of the best repayers. right? So the integrity wise, women are most, right? They will be repaying, they will feel that, that we have borrowed money and we have to repay. So that culture also is there in the women. So that is, and we would also like to achieve this by opening new branches across the country, up and down, anywhere. And we have branches well within Kampala now, about 5 branches we have.
Yes, because I was about to ask you how accessible.
Yeah, we are accessible.
Yes.
That we are there in the market areas like Nachubo, Chikubo and all that places. And we are also in the high worth areas like Acacia. We are there. And we see a lot of opportunity to grow this even by different methods. Bank of Uganda has been very pragmatic. They have allowed, recently they have passed some of the bills that is in the parliament. It has been passed. Agency banking, bank insurance and Islamic banking products are going to come in the market. Now agency banking is one such area where many of the unbanked areas can be now banked with the agents. That is, we don't need to really go and open a branch, but we can appoint an agent, yet we can do all the banking that is required to be done for the day-to-day requirements of the Ugandan population very easily. So this is going to be a milestone in the history of banking in Uganda. So, this has been rightfully thought by the Bank of Uganda, and we expect that, it is going to really pay rich dividends for the Ugandan economy.
Yes. Now we've talked about loans and all of that. How favorable are your interest rates here?
Interest rates, I can tell you, as far as the SMEs and agriculture are concerned, they are quite reasonable. And the economy as such, it has been experiencing very high interest rates. Now, Bank of India, Bank of Uganda, they have recently tightened the economy and the interest rates have started coming down. Now, we expect that going over a period of time, this will further reduce the interest rates in the market, and this will help, because no business can sustain with very high rates of interest, and that can lead to collapses of the businesses, higher interest rates. So we as bankers, we always look at how we can make the loans as well as the facilities available to the customers at a reasonable rate of interest rather than high rates of interest. Right? This is what we look at.
Okay, now how does one get to be a part of Exim Bank, or rather the terms here to be a part of Exim Bank?
It's very simple. We are available to each and every Ugandan here. So with the new systems that are also going to come in, like agency banking, as I mentioned before, we will go into the nook and corner of the country. Anyone can open. We are having various banking products which can suit the needs of the high net worth individuals, which can suit the needs of the local common Ugandan. Right? You can come and open a savings account with us. You can have a fixed deposit account. You can borrow money against your deposits. You can borrow money for your businesses, small and big. And there are facilities like, we give current accounts, right, where we also pay interest on current accounts. That is something very unique with Exim Bank. We pay interest on current accounts and on savings accounts as well. And we have products like time deposits. We have products like, current deposit and also recurring deposits.
Okay, so those are the services that
These
you
are the
actually
services
offer.
we have.
Okay, very
So
interesting.
there are so many banking products which are available to the common people, and they can come and bank.
And it's quite easy.
And we have ATM cards, we have debit cards, and you can just, and we also have a lot of facilities like remittances, like TTs and RTGS, plus the Western Union, MoneyGram. All these services are also included in the Exim Bank.
Okay, very interesting. Now, real quick, is Exim Bank looking forward to expand its business in Uganda? We've seen so many banks head into the direction of mobile banking in this case. Are you there already, or is something you're actually working on?
Rowena, you said it rightly. For any business to grow, we need our presence to be seen everywhere. So we need to have more branches, and definitely, we are aiming at it. So we intend to open more branches in Uganda. Currently, we are restricted to the city of Kampala, but going forward, we will be opening branches in upcountry centers as well. And with that, we look forward for growing our business and serving the Ugandan economy in a big way.
Yes. And are you actually working on mobile banking in this case?
Yes, we are also working on mobile banking and internet banking as well, which is going to take place, say in a short period, say in a few months' time, we should be up with these two products.
Okay. Now, anyone out there would ask themselves, I would love to be a part of Exim Bank, but how assurances, in this case, or rather, because sometimes in banks people have issues, there's a problem here, there's a problem there, and they're not necessarily attended to as they would like to. Now, assurances for the people at Exim Bank.
You have rightly asked a question. I can tell you, Exim Bank is one of the strongest banks in Tanzania. Okay. It is number 5 in the overall list of 63 banks in Tanzania. So it is on the top of the list, and we also intend to become one of them similarly in Uganda. Okay. Right? And our parent bank has infused together with the shareholders locally, like Mukwano Group, they have infused new capital to the extent of almost about 40 billion shillings. Wow. In the form of capital, in the form of funding, in the form of lines of credit. So it is almost about 40 billion capital has been. And Exim is a very strong bank, and as its name goes, we also intend to really strengthen the country's economy by supporting exports and imports as well.
Okay. Yeah. Now let's talk about loans. What do you have to offer when it comes to the loans?
Loans, there are different kinds. For manufacturing sectors, probably we can give working capital loans. Okay. We can give to acquire assets like machineries, etc. We can give them long-term loans, right, which are payable over a period of say 7 years, right? And for other businesses, small SME sector, we can give them working capital facilities, which can go in the form of overdrafts, right? They can easily borrow that. We can open them letters of credit. We can give them guarantees, bid bond guarantees, right? Performance guarantees, advance payment guarantees. All these guarantees are issued. Many a times what happens is the SME sector would need facilities like this kind of things. Because when they obtain a tender, they would like a sort of support in the form of bid bond guarantees and other various types of guarantees. So which is done. So cash credit, these are facilities which are available, and they go so these things do happen. A lot of services are given that way in the form of guarantees, etc. And there is no dearth of designing a facility. We are also very specialized in structuring specialized facilities to our customers, structured facilities. Suppose you are an exporter. You want to borrow money, but you don't have any security. But we can structure a facility like collateral management. Okay. That is, you are a coffee exporter, right? You don't have security, but we know that you are acquiring coffee seeds from the farmers, and which is eventually meant for export. So what we do is we design a structured facility without having the security, right? Take the commodity which you are exporting as the security and give you the money. So thereby, even a trader who does not have any substantial security can start doing business with the support of the bank.
Well, that sounds quite easy. Because in most cases, you need to have security and all of that, so it complicates.
But integrity is very important.
Yes, indeed, it is very important. Yeah. Now, let us look at, you did talk about getting involved in, like, for example, agriculture. Yeah. How do you intend to do that?
As we are doing at the moment, at the secondary stage, we are doing for the export of commodities. Okay. We also would like to do it in the form of extending loans to them, like crop loans, like irrigation schemes, etc. We would like to support them. There are so many states where, for want of finance, they are not able to really indulge in big size commercial activity of agriculture. So this can help them a lot.
Okay. And you did mention you have a number of branches in Kampala.
We have five branches at the moment in Kampala, but we intend to open more in the times to come.
Okay. Now, tell us how where do you see Exim Bank in a few years down the road, considering the Ugandan market and the plans you have ahead?
It's a very interesting question.
Yes.
In fact, in the next 5 years, probably, we would like to see ourselves in one of the top 5 positions.
Okay.
Right, as Exim Bank, because we see a lot of, potential for this economy to grow, and with a very stable political atmosphere in the country, and that gives a lot of opportunity for the banks to grow. And Exim, with all our range of products that we have for the common man as well as to the high level customers, we are very, very confident that we'll be able to march ahead and position ourselves as one of the top 5 banks in the country.
Yes. Real quick, what is your take on the Islamic banking?
Islamic banking product has been approved by the Bank of Uganda very recently. In fact, a lot of regulations are being framed at the moment. In fact, that would help this country in a big way, because there are a number of funders who are going to be giving in money into the country, where you will not be required to pay interest. The fundamental the concept of Islamic banking is no interest is received or paid, both for the deposits and advances. It is like a sort of sharing concept. So we see that there is tremendous potential for the country to grow with this product as well.
Okay. Well, because most banks, some of them anyway, were feeling like they could probably be pushed out of the business with this kind of banking. Do you feel that probably people should take it on and be a part of this?
They should take it. I don't see banking going out of the way here. Just because Islamic banking comes in, banks will not go anywhere. You see, the Islamic banking is part of many economies.
Yes.
Right? So there the banking is thriving very well, despite the Islamic banking being there. Yes. So we don't see anything happening overnight like that.
Yes, indeed. Last word before
they will complement actually.
Okay, the last word before we actually wind up about Exim Bank.
Exim Bank is here to stay. Exim Bank here is here to serve the Ugandan economy in a very big way, and we hope to grow with the country. We hope to grow with the economy. We hope to grow with the people. That's what I can say.
One thing you did actually give me information on is basing on your revenues. If someone went up to look out for Exim Bank, that is one of the things that you actually quote.
See, what we can say is, in any bank, you can say that it becomes important for us to take the interests of the customers into account, and always make the package in such a way that it suits them. Right? That is what we need to do, and that's what we will be able to do.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Chandramoli.
Thank you very much, Ravenna. Yes. I know you have difficulty in pronouncing my name.
Yes, but I'll get the hang of it. I'll eventually get it.
Thank you so much.
Yes, well, thank you so much for joining us here at Business Today and giving us that great information. Well, that was the Managing Director, Exim Bank, Chandramoli, who has been able to have a light conversation with us and giving us updates on how Exim Bank actually works and the services they have to provide. Also, the fact that they want to evolve and they are here to stay.